Hello everyone, this is your Point and Critic Gamer here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Claire. I think we're really near the very end. I mean, I'm almost worried that the next room we walk into, which I think it's this, is literally going to be around the end. Okay. The comforting sights. Okay, so we got like 3 entrances. That has like a sort of a demon-like brain symbol. It looks like some sort of signal. Okay, so I can't go through that. Yeah, this is becoming very Silent Hill with all the flesh all over the over the walls. That forgotten feeling of security. Is this what home is to you? Okay. Well, we got a puzzle, so let's look at the guide. Okay, so what it's saying is mostly a trial and error thing. There's a person probably hasn't seen it yet. I don't even see anything. Oh, okay, there's a pin thing. Hold on. Oh, I see. The guide says the person basically didn't see any hints that indicate what you're supposed to do. There might be one nearby, but let's just take care of it. Oh. There we go. We just need to have that one pointing this way, and this one pointing... I think that's it. No, one more. There we go. Thank you. I found a heart in a jar. Alright. I think I can use... Let's see. I use the heart in the jar. Oh, this thing. Crap, I don't have anything. Fucking hell. Damn it. I died from fear, didn't I? I have nothing in my inventory. I have nothing. I have no health pickups or anything. Over the inside, yep. I gotta find something. Nope. Okay, weirdly. I said weirdly. It's not even a word. Yep, it's coming through here. Hello. How's it going? Good. Oh, it just took me in a fucking circle. Great. Leave it alone. There we go. Give me the heart. I don't have like any. I don't have any like inventory items. Can I just sit in here for a few seconds and calm myself? No, I'm. Let's just wait a few seconds. Okay, so it does actually. It regains the thing, so I can just hide and regain my, like, some of my calmness. Okay. Let's just be safe so we don't have to go for that heart thing again. Let's quickly save the game. I wish there was something in here besides the save points, like... whatever, save. Thank you very much. Whatever the hell that thing is. You know, I've been noticing that one thing that's been annoying. Certain times I enter places, it changes from my flashlight to my lighter. Nope, that didn't work. Note to self, don't try to run to those big things. At least I saved so I can just run. Just stay here and maybe I'll feel calm. Come on. I'm checking. Okay, now I'm just scared. I'm shaking. Still weak though, so fucking hell. Oh great. I don't wanna so that's good. Oh god, I'm gonna be constantly loading in this area. Don't you hate it when like you do a get in a game and there's like you accidentally do something that forces you to basically make it things way too difficult than it should? Okay, now let's just give it a few seconds. Okay, I'm over here. Damn it. I'm trying my best to just run, but these things kill me very easily. I don't have any... don't have any pills or anything to help me, my health. There's like no hiding spots whatsoever. Can't run. Okay, let's just wait a few seconds. Stop being horrified. Can I use this? I'll cut off my heart. What's even the point of the butterflies? Can I use them for health? At least this thing regenerates. I just wish my health regenerates. Woo! Fucking hell! Alright, alright. I'm gonna try to look for items and hopefully get back here. Yep. For fuck's sake. That's prepared. Not gonna bother. Nope. What the hell? What the flying hell? Of course. Yep, I'm doing this all for you guys. This girl just won't stop. In trouble breathing. I don't know. Well, this is back here through the big gaping hole. Where's even my dog, you know? The dog was like there, I said go away and something. The dog... Like, why is there some doors that won't open and everything? I need some health items. Hey, girl. Well, I can't push this back. Warm coffee. Oh, thank God I found something. Not be much, but at least it's something. Let's save. Let's see how a week, but restores all health and panic. Okay, thank God. Gotta not be much, but at least I might be able to get through this whole ordeal now with the thanks for the fucking coffee. stop. Fuck. The stupid game keeps on, like, won't let me. Thank God. Alright, so, what's my status? Okay. I'm trying to run, but this thing won't let me run. What the hell? What? What was the clicking the ball do? This is gonna drag on, and this entire scene's gonna drag on because we have to have the big, heavy, whatever they are. Would you stop being... Oh, fuck you! I mean, she loses her breath every single second. I hate when it comes down to a lot of these games where a person doesn't have unlimited sprint or a certain amount of sprint. Like, apparently, a regular person can't seem to run that far distance. Heck, I'm a little bit overweight and I am trying to improve my body a bit, like, been working out more and stuff. But even I'm able to run much longer than this girl. Alright, let's... get coffee. There we go. Okay, there we go. So what was the point of that flashing light? Use the light. Okay. What? I can't move this way. Can't move that way. Use the light? What? Okay, apparently it was a jump scene. Oh, looks like this is our apartment. Yep, now I'm all grown up again. Mom, I'm home. You locked it from the inside. Can I move? Don't tell me I'm glitched. The game's glitched! Oh, there we go. For a moment I couldn't move anything, and I can't even press the escape to enter the menu. What the hell? This game does have some control bugs. Well, whatever, I think we're near the end. Oh, crap. Yep. Okay. Ah, she slit her wrists. I'm home. Hi, honey. How was your day? It was fine. I just got home from running errands with the kids. No, Claire. They are lies. That dance is tonight. Okay, have fun. I've taken Ethan to the movies. Oh. Stop lying to yourself, Claire. Stop lying to yourself, Claire. Get the lights. Daddy, you're home. But only the lamp is on. Turn them off. Daddy, are you alright? Just as Claire, not so loud. Whispering. Is there anything I can do? Just let me go to sleep. Daddy needs to sleep. Daddy, you shouldn't sleep on the couch. I'm going to sleep on the couch. Can't deal with your mom. I needed a way. I needed a way. You understand? Oh, okay. Mom, what did you do to my butterflies? Mom, you're not eating enough. I know this hospital food sucks, but it's good for you. Don't be like that. Claire, I know you feel guilty when you're not here, but please, we're worried about you. I'm all she has. Mom, I need to hear your voice. Claire? Oh, look at her mom. Look at the butterfly. Mommy, look at the butterflies. Their wings are beautiful. I'm gonna catch some. Good job, honey. I can't wait to show Daddy. Mom? Mom? You drowned him. You drowned Ethan. You let me suffer this entire time. I took care of you. Learning the truth was the list that led us here. Now there are people trying to save you. And if they succeed, they're going to want answers. So what's your story? What's your truth? I felt betrayed. I felt lost. I felt worthless. I felt alone. Anything was better than that. Do you even deserve to be saved? I don't know. It's your decision, Claire. I don't feel like it is. It was your decision to help or not help the other lost souls you came across. It was your decision to save or not save them. Now it's time to decide if you deserve the same. Come on. Wake up. You deserve to wake up. Please wake up. You can do it. You just need to wake up. Open your eyes. Wake up. Doctor? Doctor! She's awake! She's awake! Annie. Don't try to move just yet. Annie. You've been asleep for a while. You lost a lot of blood. How do you feel? Tired. Very tired. He hasn't left your side. We don't normally let dogs in here, but he bursted in one day and wouldn't leave. Thank you, Annie. Are you going to be alright? I will be, yeah. We'll take good care of you, Claire. We'll get the help you need. You're not alone in this anymore. Wait, that's... Okay, save game file. To start a new game. Okay. Soul, Father, a new... What's with these things? And I got AAA, so I guess I did Grilly Grill. I'm guessing that's the good ending. I don't know. Okay. There's a lot to wrap around my head about this. Let's head to the main menu. And let's look at the credits, just for the heck of it. Hoo-wee. I'm trying to figure this out. So, Ethan, my brother, died. Like, he was... And I think it was... And I'm guessing it was because of my mother, and my mother blamed myself. My father left me, and I was forced to take care of her, blaming myself for maybe the cause of Ethan's death and stuff, when really it wasn't my fault. Father left the mother, or something like that. It's a little bit confusing to me. It's one of those things that I have to re-look into to fully get the whole picture put together, but it seems to indicate that this girl was traumatized for many bits of life, and from what I can gather, she attempted suicide, which is why she cut her wrists or something. She attempted suicide, and she was basically in a coma just trying to confront her demons to let the answer know that it wasn't her fault. I'm believing, like, you know? That's what I'm thinking is what's happened. It wasn't Claire's fault on whatever happened, like father leaving or the mother being in this accident or something, and Ethan died. I'm almost assuming that like when they said Ethan and I were going to the movies, I'm almost assuming that's when the car crash happened, which probably killed Ethan or mother, but then it seems like they indicate that Ethan died in the bathtub or something. I don't know. It's one of those things that I have to like really look up deeply and try to actually understand the entire story. Well, I definitely gotta say a few things about this game. First off, I'm gonna say that I'm a little tired out from it. I got a little too tired out from it, and I think this game has one big problem that prevents it from being such a great horror game. However, this game does deserve a lot of great credit. And, you know, I'm almost wondering if, like, I don't know how to go full in my opinions with this because, you know, hey, the developers are very, obviously really care for this game. Like, they really care for it. Like, when I look on the community hub on Steam and I have problems and stuff, they were there always answering every person's problem, and they are always constantly updating and patching to fix these issues. So I can clearly tell that these guys really have something they really consider very special to them, and they really want to make this a very special game. I feel like because of the constant updates, I almost have this feeling like that like this game should have been early access, because it seems like every few hours or so this thing gets a new update to fix certain problems. But then again, I guess because the game does have a beginning and an end, I'm guessing that it can't be considered early access. I don't know. Though I'm kind of glad it's not early access, because I have a thing for refusing to buy anything early access. So I'm glad to play it. And I think this is like a little bit hard for me to say about how I personally feel about it, because I think there's one big problem. This game has one big problem, and this problem brings the game down a lot, and this could be fixed in an update. I mean, hopefully the developers see this video or hear other people's opinions, and probably will know this is a problem and they gotta fix it really bad. And that is, the biggest issue with this game is that the navigation in this game is awful. It's so tedious. It's so annoying. It's so confusing. It's literally so annoying. It's like I get the point what they were doing. Like, you can clearly tell this game was trying to be Silent Hill and Lone Survivor combined to one. And for the most part, they succeeded in that. I think they did a lot that made it succeed in that way. But I think the thing they didn't kind of got right was how to make navigation good. I mean, I think one of the big issues is the idea of that having a top-down map view does not work for a 2D game, because there's a lot of times where, you're almost kind of questioning about which direction you're supposed to be going, because sometimes when you're going right, you're actually going up the map instead of thinking you're going down the map. Sometimes you're going to the left side of the room instead of going to the right. It's a confusing map. The maps are way too confusing, and there's really no clear indication about where you're going. And in some ways this kind of makes sense because it's trying to be like Silent Hill, which in Silent Hill they all had these locked rooms and weird rooms that were blocked, and you had to do other things to get past them. But I think the difference with that was that it was taking place in full 3D world, so you can understand where you were going because you were basically looking in a 3D world. It wasn't that hard. But when you're looking at a 2D world, the laws of how to navigate are very different. You can't use the same kind of map system. And I know what you're thinking. Lone Survivor had a similar map thing, but that game got by for a few other reasons, and that was it. The entire game mostly took place in a very small area, as in, it took place mostly in an apartment building, and then a little bit outside of the apartment, the out air, around the block or so. So there weren't a lot of areas to visit in Lone Survivor. But the other thing is that the setup for the places were set up like regular buildings structure, as in the apartment buildings were laid out the same as you would probably imagine. They're not this big jumbled of different random blocks. In this game, the maps are cluttered with these small rooms, big rooms, giant rooms. I mean, I like when you look at the map for the apartment building, does any of that look like how an apartment building would look like? No, all the rooms would have been the same size and everything, because that's what an apartment is. But instead, it's just a jumbled up bit of blocks with rooms connected to each other and everything. And the only reason they're doing that is just to make this game more of a maze. And I think that's the biggest problem with this, is that the maze part is good for horror, because then you're really trying to search your way out and stuff. You're trying to find out. But when you try to make it too much to the point where you're literally constantly lost, you're slowly causing your audience to lose their sense of fear or tension. You have to give them enough to make them feel like they know they can figure out where to go, but they don't end up getting so damn lost every single second that they suddenly are now no longer scared. They're more frustrated and rather would go somewhere else. I mean, the beginning of the game, I felt like really this was wow, this is kind of neat. It's creepy and stuff. I mean, it's not. Do I call this game scary? No, I'm not the kind of guy who finds this stuff scary. Almost, it's really hard to find a horror game that scares me. But this is a creepy style horror game. So don't get me wrong on that. This is actually a good horror game in my opinion. It's not a lazy ass Slender clone like almost a ton of other horror games that have been coming out in recent times. I mean, oh my god, have you actually seen some of the early access games or even some of the recent released horror games? They're all Slender clones, even some that seem to throw in a big budget like Daylight, which is just a plain old Slender clone, just with a bigger budget and costs money to play it. But yeah, I think the big problem with most horror games is that you have to fix up on navigation. You can't make it so it feels like you're just running around in circles, because you know what? You start tiring out your players. You're starting to let them lose that edge on their seat, because now they're slowly getting more and more annoyed rather than terrifying. And I think games like Lone Survivor and Silent Hill, they had these maze-like rooms, but they weren't so complicated or so hard to navigate that they didn't cause a person to lose their tension when they're moving. And I think that's the biggest problem. The other problem is that a lot of the rooms are mostly the same. There's not a lot of rooms that feel different from each other, and that's another problem. When every room feels the same, that kind of wrecks a bit of the horror too, because then you're really getting more and more confused. I mean, it's really hard to make certain rooms have a unique difference from each other. But again, compared to games like Silent Hill and maybe, in fact, Lone Survival, there were different rooms that had different things and everything, different setups. setups to make each room feel different, so it didn't feel like you were going through the same rooms over and over again. This game, while they did seem to try that, they didn't seem to do enough to make it feel different enough. I mean, the only rooms I can kind of remember that were different from others was the room full of lights, hallway. And that's basically it. I could just say, okay, I just recall the only different rooms I can recall is there's the hospital rooms, the school rooms, and the apartment rooms. But I can't really kind of put them together about which rooms look different than the others. They all pretty much look the same, which again made walking around this whole maze made things more tedious and made it more difficult. So yeah, I think in most cases that is the biggest problem with this game. The game navigation is way too tedious and stuff, and that needs to be fixed badly. I think I have idea suggestions, but I'll come back to this in a few seconds because I need to mention others. Another thing is the dog. What was the point of the dog? It clearly shows that, okay, so this dog is supposed to be your companion, and in fact, you saw the end of the story. The dog has been sleeping next to Claire the whole time when she's in the hospital bed. But really, what purpose did the dog really have in the game? I mean, the dog did growl a few times when monsters were around, but most of the time the rooms were so condensed and small, you're bound to just hear that weird, weird music of the monsters coming, So, what was really the point of having the dog around? And especially, the dog just shows up, or, which I can probably guess that idea. The dog just showed up when you're in the hospital bed, like you were in the hospital bed for maybe a few hours or so, and then the dog showed up. So that's when it appeared in your nightmare world. But, the dog just seems to show up randomly, which I guess could be judged by the idea that the doctors tried to get rid of the dog, but the dog kept on coming back or something, which I can assume that could be the possibility. But then again, you completely don't have the dog at all in the apartment building, so where was he in that? I mean, did I miss something? Was I supposed to find him in a certain room to get him back? I don't know. If anything, I have to say that the dog seemed to be like a pointless character to be put in the game. There's really not a lot of interactions with the dog. You only have a few moments where you talk to it, and you just have that flashback of when you got the dog, but you never really had anything that really made you had a strong attachment to your dog as a big companion. It's kind of like that silly thing in when they talked about Call of Duty Ghosts, when they mentioned the dog and everything. The whole thing about the dog thing was kind of pointless. The dog was only in 2 missions, and you have little to no reaction with the dog, so you never really got a bond for the dog. And I feel like this game kind of failed a little bit with that. You don't get that too much attached to the dog, and I think the other reason is just because the dog doesn't even do anything in the game besides growl. I mean, in the beginning of the scene, it kind of gets rid of the shadows and wakes you up, but then for the rest of the game, you don't. The dog's just there. It doesn't try to warn off those monsters for you. It doesn't help you in anything. It's just there, and its only purpose was just to growl sometimes when monsters are around, which, like I said, is kind of pointless at times. In my opinion, if the developers don't do another patch, I have this suggestion. How about make the dog be there most of the time in the game, even during the apartment thing, most of the time, and give us some kind of ability where we're allowed to have the dog navigate us to where we need to go. Let the dog kind of sniff the way to the direction. Let that be our guide dog in this place. So even if it is a maze, we're able to find our way. It kind of think about just let a button press where you let the dog sniff out something to find your path. I mean, it might make the game a little bit too easy or so, which I think in actually it kind of this actually reminds me. It's kind of reminded me of that old PS2 game called Rule of Rose, which had a similar setup where you're a girl running around this maze buildings and stuff, and you have a dog. The only difference is that in that game, you can let the dog sniff out something, and it will guide you to where to go, which in some ways people say that makes the game a little bit too easy, while without him, you'll be completely lost. And I feel like Claire feels what if Rule of Rose roles had the dog, but they got rid of that mechanic of the dog guiding you. So it doesn't make the thing easy to get out, but it makes the game extremely aggravating to find your way. I think, like, again, it has to be some sort of balance. Like, maybe, I don't know, you can only have the dog guide you for a few moments of time if you find biscuits, maybe. Like have biscuit items lying around, and, if you give a dog a biscuit, it will help guide you to find your path. And maybe difficulties, it depends on how many biscuits you're able to give the dog, and you have to conserve. So you have to do some navigating by yourself, but if you get really lost, you can offer a biscuit and the dog can guide you for a few minutes. That's my best assumption what they could have done. Now, despite my complaints, this was really good. I think this was a really something special. Again, if it wasn't for the navigating and, like, the fact that the dog was kind of pointless, this can be a really special horror game. I think with a few more patches and a few more tweaks, they really got something special here. I mean, the game does seem to show some bugs with, like, especially controller response and behaviors, but again, they are at least listening to the community, and the developers are really trying to fix up any problems that they get at. So I still have to appreciate what they're doing. So I think in some ways, like right now, this game is pretty good, but not that great. I don't know if it's fully worth $10 at it right now. Although maybe I'm being a little harsh on that. I think maybe it is. It's like you have to take your own risk, because again, if the navigation was a little bit better, I would say fully recommend getting into the game. But right now the navigating is so damn tedious that it kind of can deplete the horror, and that's the biggest problem when it comes to a horror game. You don't want the horror to die as you're doing this stuff. You don't want it to become to a point where it becomes so annoying that your idea of fear is almost depleting because your mind's now focused on just trying to finish the game. So yeah, I would say if you really are very interested in giving this game a try, I do recommend giving it a try, because it does have a lot of good things. It's a very psychological style game and has good atmosphere, and it really does look pretty beautiful, and they really did a great job with their design. Like, despite the fact that it's a 16-bit style game, they added some neat little things, like the fact that the character follows your mouse, especially with the flashlight moves along with your mouse. And yeah, there's a lot of good touches that they added. They added some good detail and some things that are really nice that you don't really see in a lot of 16-bit style games. So they really did seem to show a lot of heart. Again, I think if it wasn't for the navigation, I would be like yelling out, go get this game, this is really great. But right now, the navigation needs to be fixed. The navigating in this game really needs to be fixed. But other than that, this is pretty much a very good horror game. The setup, the psychology to it, the atmosphere, they all seem to nail things pretty damn well. And, so I can say if you're a fan of Lone Survivor and Silent Hill, you might really like this game. Again, all my complaints right now is just the game has a few bugs that needs to be fixed, and the navigation really needs to be tweaked enough to make navigating more not a pain in the ass. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say for them. I gotta say to these developers who made this game, I have to say you really are getting a thumbs up for me. Again, I really hope you fix these issues, because I think you guys deserve a lot of credit, and I think you guys deserve a lot of respect for what you're trying to do. And you really are the good kind of indie developers who clearly love their project and will do anything will try anything to fix their project to make it better, and not just try to ignore people's issues or so. So yeah, I gotta really appreciate these developers for what they're doing and everything. And yeah, I guess that's it. Everything else I probably would be saying will be just a broken record. So I should probably just end it here. Thanks everyone. I am your point and critic gamer. I hope you enjoyed my entire Let's Play of Claire. Like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. See you later, everyone!